Welcome back to the channel, you guys, and today I will be handing out tips for you to improve in the game of Rainbow Six Siege for console and PC. Now the first tip and the golden tip is an obvious one, and that people tend to forget a lot, and it's crosshair placement. You will see in the next picture the difference of aiming at the head height when crouching and at the head height when standing. And you always want to be aiming at the head of a standing person because it is always easier to flick downwards than flicking upwards. And in almost 90% of the gunfights you are going to be engaging in, it will be at people standing at head level height when standing. And this is a tip that will improve your KD by winning those gunfights for sure. Now, a new thing that helps you aiming is the center dot that you can turn on and turn off in your settings. But my advice, to be honest, is to keep this one on, because the center dot is there to determine where you should be aiming in and just watch your gunfights improve. Now, if you're on console and you want to get better at the game, your main goal should be switching up to PC. Now you might say, yo Deals, aren't you that spastic guy that plays MK against console players? Well, I'm going to explain this once and really briefly. I really want to switch to PC, but I can't. I already have a PC which costed me like a good 750 bucks. But it's just not strong enough to play the game of Rainbow Six Siege and record. So now as a content creator, I would like to be able to record this and to stream the game. And another thing is that I'm out of high school now, and I'm now like living the big people's life, you know. I gotta spend a lot of money and save a lot, so I just can't be bothered on spending another double of that money on a PC, which I will be getting nothing out of. And yeah, right now I am just playing for content and just for fun, so I hope you guys can appreciate it and understand this. But I know it's not an excuse, but I'm just waiting for the people that will be donating one day to make this dream become true. So I'm already preparing for that on mouse and keyboard. But yeah, okay. Now for those who actually can switch up to PC and say that they have a lot of friends on console and think they are going to be really worse on PC, well, that is really not the case. That is really not true. If you already have that game sense and you know how to play the game, the only thing that you'll be needing to focus on is how to play the game mechanically. So definitely, if you can't switch to PC, you'll be finding out way more skill with mechanics and be way further than those friends, and therefore also making more friends. There are a lot of communities. The PC world is just way bigger, so definitely don't hesitate on that. Now for a third tip, a mistake I see a lot of players making, and even myself at one point, was having a terribly high sensitivity. And please listen to me on this one. Don't get a really high sense, because the higher the sensitivity goes, the more difficult it is going to be for you to build muscle memory. Constantly changing your sensitivity is the most prime example of bad habits that I have constantly kept on seeing. It is that people just change it way too much, or just play on a sensitivity that is way too high and that they can't control. Now what I'm trying to point out with this is that playing with the same sensitivity, or one that just suits you, is going to make the most out of it, or just bring out the most out of it. It's going to make you consistent. You will be able to flick at people easier, for a prime example, or at least hit all of your shots. So if you're the type of person that can't find its sensitivity, it's probably just because you change it way too much, or it's way too high. But yeah, now you might be the guy that has some bad games or just some bad days, but you just gotta be able to train your aim by playing some T-Hunt. Like, look at the pro players for an example. The reason why they are so good and are playing at a high level is because they keep on training and playing with the same sensitivity. It's basically muscle memory at that point. They can focus on improving their movements, learn strats, and sensitivity just follows right out. So after changing your sense every time, it's just not allowing your brain to understand your sensitivity and the overall feeling. The third tip I want to be talking about is about how kills work in the game of Rainbow Six Siege. You have to understand that kills are everything in Siege. So people come over to my channel and say like, hi Deals, I drop like 20 bombs each game and still lose. You have to understand that this game is a team play type of game. And if you're fragging out, make sure that those skills have an impact on your rounds and lead to a victory. Now let me explain this briefly. Let's imagine you being in a 1v5 at the first round. You get 4 kills and lose against the 5th. Now the second round, imagine that you are in a 1v5 again and you get 2 kills. Now you will be going 6 on 2. This really does not give you like the right to be yelling at your teammates that you are carrying them, because you've stayed hidden for those 2 rounds till the end to just get 6 kills. Well, and those 2 kills have not been any use to your team but your KD. So my last tip is going to be, stop getting into gunfights not made for you. People tend to peek breaches, for an example, on the fence for chalet, clubhouse, imagine the main wall being opened, or other type of objectives where anytime the wall gets breached, people just tend to peek it for no reason. When you're on the fence and the enemies are outside, it's basically a place you do not belong in. The people on attack have ACOGs for a reason, and there's a reason why defenders don't, so basically it makes no sense to start peeking along those long distance gunfights with a reflex. So keep in mind that if you're peeking outside and dying to somebody who's there is and will be completely your fault. Attackers have ACOGs for long distance gunfights, and we defenders don't usually have those type of long scopes. Now if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like and subscribe button, comment down below what you guys think about these type of videos, and if you have some type of suggestions, definitely let me know down below in the comment section. I carefully read all of your comments and read to the and reply to them as soon as possible. Now if you guys have any clips and want to be featured on my channel, email me at clip2dmk@gmail.com. I will be making a special compilation for you guys, so please blow that mailbox up and you will get a chance to get featured on my channel. Peace out.